That
button's depressed.
Oh, yes. Okie doke. Let's do this thing. Clyde on the set.
No.
Shh. Zoom Room video sponsored by the BMC.
All right. Quiet on the set. You're listening to WRFB, Radio Free Britannia. In no other frickin' better place in the world than Deltona, Florida. Here you are, two idiots who misinterpret the news, so you don't have to. The dynamic duo themselves, Laz and Jack.
Greetings, everybody. This is Les.
And this is Jack. Welcome to another edition of Clusterfucks R Us on a little show called Lunch with Laz. That's Laz over there.
That's
I'm
right.
Jack. Yes. Hello, everybody.
And we are NBNN. That's right. Live, Tina. Live. That's right.
And that kitty down there is Lily.
Buster Clucks. That's right. How's everybody doing out there today? Got to make the daily announcement. Didn't get that done yet. Let's get that out there. Let's see. Here we go. Copy and paste. And get this into the game. Yeah. Let everybody know that two idiots are here for their amusement and entertainment pleasure. There we go.
Are you ready to go to the Tweeterverse?
No, not yet.
I don't know why.
Because I was copying and pasting. Now I'm ready to head on over to the Tweeterverse.
Because this is huge news. It did come out this morning.
It's huge.
Chris is excited to start onboarding a new full-time coder set to start by next week. Finally hoping to get some traction on a few more bugs and user and UI improvements.
UI.
Yeah. Henry Tarling was like, that's nice, but the poor guy gets UI as the first job trial by fire, is it?
Yeah, and movable health bar.
Chris did respond, worse. I'm making him just work on bugs for a while to learn the code. Still, I'm pretty sure getting paid to work on UI for a game you love from your own home beats 95% of the jobs out there. I'm sure he'll graduate to other stuff quick. So welcome, whoever you are, to the team. And the implication there is that it is someone from the community.
You would think, right? You know, somebody
Yeah.
Chris, at least Chris knows who plays the game. I'm guessing from that.
Yeah.
Pretty sure getting to work on the UE for a game you love from your own home. So, if somebody who loves this game is going to become a coder,
I hope that means that they are an actual player and not him just making that blanket comment.
And Tina, tell them no. Tell them no. One person, one question. Whoever's got duplicates or double questions, tell them to go to the back of the line after their first request.
Well, and Tina, is it someone who plays it that might be a first? That's you have to remember Gix played.
Travis played.
As well as List.
List.
Both played.
Elgarian.
Elgarian played as well as Ravalox played. Yeah. So do not discredit those. The difference was that List and Gix both pretty much always plays in God modes because they were developers early on. Whereas Ravalox and Elgarian were players before they joined forces with Portnip.
Correct.
Correct. So that is an important distinction that needs to be made, but it's not a first.
Oops.
So Tina. Oh yeah, and Lexi used to play. Yeah.
Used to, or still does?
I don't know. And I'm aware that playing in God mode isn't really playing. I'm aware of that. There is a reason I did have my dev challenge out there. And Lord British did play without always playing in God mode.
Yes, Lord British actually, for most people who don't know, would actually restart his character on the regular in order to test stuff in the newbie areas and stuff like that.
He did also have his Shamano account that was a non-cheat account.
Yes. Shamano or Shamino? Depends on where you're from, are you?
You know. Well, it's named after Shimano bike gears and pedals and shit like that. He just transposed those to your character.
Absolutely does not happen enough, Tina. Absolutely. And again,
yes. I'm of the opinion that every single active developer should play the game.
If you're working on something, yes. To play the storyline.
Yes.
Woohoo! Bodacious. 350 bits. Thank you very much, Bodacious, getting us started off here on Thirsty Thursday. And I want to, of course, let's jump on over. We got some information on the upcoming auction that's going on. I believe we should let's first go over to the actual bidding thread, and then we're gonna go because we have a lovely note from the lovely Catherine Rose on the other thread. But on the bidding thread, right now, current high bid is $4,250. That's right, $4,250. And again, Airy Fund is matching dollar for dollar up to $5,000 on this one. And I also have something I'm going to get here in a second. Where was it? It was in the Tweeterverse.
I don't know. I didn't open any of the links yet.
Yes, but go ahead and jump on over to the Airy Fund announcement page and scroll on down.
I gotta go click that link. Okay, scrolling all the way down, and Catherine Rose's "My heart is overwhelmed. It has been a long time since there have been this many tears pouring from my eyes. The gratitude welling from deep inside my soul is almost more than I know how to handle. There are no words strong enough to express how much this means to me, and especially to Wendy, my daughter. The outpouring of your care and love means the world to her and to me, her mother. I still see her as a tiny baby, and it is hard to see her in a hospital bed just like it would be for any other mother. I feel your care, in your support, in your arms, in your hearts as you bring this into our lives. Thank you.
Yes, and you are quite welcome. We are happy to do our part here. And let me get over to this thread here. This is from Shroud of the Avatar, and I want your thoughts as well as everybody else's thoughts. I'm going to paste the link for that tweet.
Yeah.
Right there. Click on that tweet, bring that up.
And the Airy Fund is started a charity auction for a Lord of the Isle bundle. All proceeds go to a community member's family in need. All support or well wishes is appreciated. With a link to the forum as well as the forum announcement post as well as the auction post that is there.
And then scroll down to the one comment.
Oh, if you have more leftover bundles, do you want to raffle them for charity?
Is the big
like
question. Yeah, I thought that was a pretty cool idea. Anything that was left over, because we know that there were several left over that never did sell. So that we'll keep an eye on. And of course, we'll update you on that. But for right now, this auction is running through Sunday. This Sunday. So you have till Sunday, I believe, at midnight, is it? Let's go to the original post.
Did Dex update the date on that?
Yeah, he did. It was right above the Catherine Rose that Sunday was the 7th, not the 8th. So, and he did make that so 8 p.m. Central Time, not even midnight, at the end of the auction, which is 8 p.m. Central, Sunday, March 7th. And of course, any bids taken after that will not be honored. So make sure that your bid, if it's 800.01, if you're 1 second late, it's not going to count. So make sure.
The forum doesn't actually do it that granular as far as the times.
I understand that, but make sure if you're going to be bidding on this, yes, get in before 8 p.m. Central, and that's 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time this Sunday, if you want a chance to get yourself a Lord of the Isle and help somebody in need. And again, the Airy Fund is matching up to $5,000. We haven't gotten to that plateau yet, but we've got another show to do tomorrow, and maybe we'll see that number reached by the time we finish airing tomorrow, which would be great. This way we could be able to tell you all about it. Otherwise, we'll be bringing you the latest updates. Of course, we'll finally bring you the final number on Monday, but it would be nice to know that we broke that before this Friday. So anybody interested in getting themselves the Lord of the Isle, you got to beat 4250. And bidding is in $5 increments minimum, but everybody's blown that out of the water. The previous one was 4,100, was beat by $150. The one before that was 4,000. So people have been jumping in some crazy $200 and $300 increments during the bidding here, not just the $5 increments, which I'm happy to see that people are really looking to do their part and help support the community. Meanwhile, let's go ahead and get things started. Click open giveaway for today and get the giveaway started.
Yeah. I also clicked open giveaway. So Econdis and Bodacious now do it.
Exclamation. I love free shit. That's right. You all know how it works. And Bodacious has gotten us off to a nice start. 150 bits will get us to the first giveaway end game of marbles. And of course, I'm sure you all realize that Laz is no longer crashing. I believe it was a video driver update that fixed that problem, because that's the only thing that's been updated.
Video card driver.
You notice I haven't had any crashes and marbles and disconnects in the last week, and the only thing I can say that's changed, marbles hasn't updated. Shroud has updated, last week, but that usually isn't.
There's been no engine upgrades on Shroud.
Yeah. So I'm assuming that it was the NVIDIA video driver that was causing that. So we can play marbles like we did yesterday, and we had a lot of fun, of course. We always have fun when we're playing marbles here on stream.
Yeah.
Loads and loads. But meanwhile, where do we want to go? I dropped a couple topics in there, but we've still got all sorts of food and crafting stuff to get back to from Friday's final update.
Yeah.
Of course, tomorrow is going to be interesting because, yeah, right. I just jinxed
And-
myself, right, Econdis?
And did you resend one of the old? Yeah, you did.
It
The very
was,
first
but
one you did was old.
we never touched that one. I don't think.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
Is it
Is it
unreasonable to ask?
Yeah.
I don't recall doing that one.
Because that was done during the snowstorm in Austin.
Yes.
And actually, this is another one.
That's what I'm saying. This
on Monday. Yeah.
Yeah, again, I don't know what happened, whether it was again, this was from Monday, and
yeah,
I just thought it was slightly relevant to get to.
Yeah. I got into QA today to check some things out, look for bugs, etc. I noticed that the client version was over a week old, which sometimes doesn't matter for sure, but I wanted to use some skills that I'd raised recently, and the characters weren't synced. Yeah.
Yes. Now, anybody playing on QA should have already known that your character isn't always synced up to live, and it's usually several weeks. I've had plenty of times where I've logged into QA and all of a sudden half of my properties go belly up because there was no updated. Yeah. So by the time I log in,
there's an upgrade update to it. Yeah. And Ravelux tries to do it once every 2 weeks. But yeah.
Now my big question.
I would like to know what's the testing direction, which would be much more important in what all bugs are put out there or fixed.
But Frost Hill asks the big question at the bottom here, and I'm curious as to why this can't be automated myself.
So how much time is involved in pushing the character data over to QA?
Can't somebody just make a little batch file that runs every day at midnight and copies data over to the other server to keep it up to date?
I got a better question for you, Lass. Why can't we set our skills on QA?
You mean instead of actually having to just go out and massively work on them, just be able to turn everything up to 100 or 200 just for testing purposes? I got no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tina says cron is a thing. I know Tina is
I have never heard of a cron job. What is a cron job?
Like a con job, except better.
It's a con job that runs on a cycle.
Yeah, you go.
But yeah,
but it's not better than a blow job. That's for sure.
No, I will say that someone did bring me a present yesterday. You'll laugh at this. Blowjob candy.
Blowjob candy, huh?
Yeah, they brought it over to my house because they plan on using it. And I'm like, that's just called Pop Rocks.
Oh, well, that depends. Yeah. It could be, something like Magic Shell for ice cream,
I have no idea. That or chocolate syrup. I mean,
yeah. I was gonna say chocolate syrup and whipped cream have always worked perfectly fine. I don't know about you guys, but yeah. And preferably lose the chocolate syrup because that gets really messy. But hey.
Oh yeah, you definitely have to do things. and good luck on that raffle there, Raluca. Hopefully we see some wins. And then Lily is in my lap now. I'm not touching myself. I'm touching Lily. There she goes.
That's why we shoot from the waist up.
Yep, there is a
reason. Can't see what we're doing down here.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, when you're wearing pants. That's right.
What are pants?
Put your pants on, Jack.
Yep. And then Grimsley has an interesting question on what types of armed combat synergize best with what types of magic?
Good question. I have the short answer.
Fire and swords?
Shroud math.
Shroud math, yes. I'm not that knowledgeable about the different skill schools, and I'm starting to do my own testing with combining magic with different forms of combat, weapons, and armor. I'm trying to figure out what magic schools work best with armed combat. Oh, I should mention that I'm not very experienced Soda player. I play off and on, but haven't really played much till now. It's hard for me to gauge because not all of my abilities are balanced, so I'm not sure what I'm seeing is based on my skill level or just that it doesn't work with the armor or weapons that I'm using. For instance, I have almost equal points spent in death magic and fire, but for some reason my fizzle rate in death is higher than fire when wearing something other than cloth. Is it because death magic just has a higher fizzle chance than fire, or is it something to do with the skill points or weapons or armor, etc.? Chaos Earth. Yeah. Ideally, I want to create a battle mage. I really like the idea of chaos magic and death magic. And I'd like to use this on a character wearing the heaviest armor possible and a two-handed weapon. I've tested chainmail, which has made me fizzle a majority of my spells. I'm currently using supple leather two-handed sword, which seems to work well and has a decent amount of protection. I wish this were possible wearing plate, but a plate wearer using magic seems highly unlikely.
Indeed.
So I'm curious if anyone could give some knowledge on this. I am just trying to figure this out, but I just can't find the resources for any of this online for a specific discussion.
And again, short answer, Shroud math.
Very
second answer, attunement. Attunement.
Shroud math.
You know, while you may have the same amount of points or close to it, what is the attunement in each of those schools that makes your fizzle more or less? But let's just pop on over to the skills tree real quick, because there are several different factors. I know we really have to get into the game.
I know.
Here.
Well, you've got to get into heavy versus light armor. You also have to get into the actual fizzle percentage on the different gear.
Right. Well, that's the first thing I was going to start with is the gear. Anything above cloth is going to cause, of course, major fizzle. So cloth is where you want to go if you want to be a mage, period. And he says he wants to be a battle mage, like I always like to play. I like to play a battle mage where I can, get some combat, but use some magic to save my ass from time to time. And of course, I have found it extremely tough playing that type of character here because of the limitations on how you can cast with certain armor types. Now, many players out there, if you don't know, will enlighten you. Most of that comes from your chest piece. So your chest piece will define the majority
what kind of armor you're wearing.
Yeah, what kind of results you get. A lot of people who are mages now tend to wear light armor with a chainmail chest piece, but the chainmail will give you different varying ratios. So also there are certain skills. I believe they're in the are they in the tactics or the others tree that will
focus.
Is it in yeah, tactics, right?
Focus is its own tree.
Yeah, it's focus, sorry. But is that what I'm looking for? There's a skill.
Follow through.
Follow through is increase the players to remain calm. That's not the one I'm that's interrupt tolerance. That's not the one I'm looking for.
Follow through, it's at the very bottom.
That's not the one I'm looking for. I'm looking for the one that reduces your chance to fizzle.
Follow through. Decreases the fizzle chance of all glyphs. Bottom middle one.
Oh, follow through. I was looking at tranquility. Yes, follow through. That's a big plus as well. Possible to reduce that fizzle chance with follow through. that is the one I'm looking for. Sorry, my bad. And I currently have a level 125, which reduces my fizzle chance by 15.6%. So if you have, per se, a an item that gives you, say, 10% fizzle, this will negate that plus some, and again, up to 15.8. And the higher you get this, the better it is to bring down that fizzle chance.
You can wear heavier armor and have better armor protection.
Yes, but if you were paying attention there, Econdas, he says he likes to use a two-handed weapon. So, shield and wand for this guy, unless he wants to change course like I did. Again, I really don't like playing an archer, but in this game, I pretty much went to the archer because of just how combat works. And again, taking a cue from Cynicist over here, better to kite and not get hit than to stand there and melee and get your head bashed in by stuff. Which will bring me to the next topic coming up, because again,
run away.
I personally prefer what is it here? Let me pull this up. Avoidance versus resistance. I would rather be avoiding getting hit than resisting getting hit, because
wait. What topic is this?
It's the obsidian.
Okay. I just had to make sure.
Yeah.
The obsidian armor reflection takes resist first. I got a full set of obsidian armor. The full set should give about 20% reflection of melee attacks, 3% from helmet and boots, 2% off gloves, 8% off chest plate, and 4% off the pants. I'm a tanky boy.
Tanky boy.
Well, isn't that special? What's a tanky boy like?
I don't know.
My base resistance sits at 78.4 in the full set, and at full buff I hit 315.2 resist with a max resist percentage of 100.1%. It seems to me the damage reflection is taken into account after my resistance. So a bear hitting me for a crit of 25 damage is only reflected 5 damage back, but can hit my body for over 300 or whatever. It makes this armor basically useless, as the allure was that it would reflect the damage they deal, meaning the stronger mobs would be hurt equally as bad as lower level mobs would from hitting a user in full obsidian plate. Instead, I'm constantly reflecting single digit values when the mob I'm fighting could just as easily hit someone else for over 500 damage in a normal hit. It makes no sense. So, inadequate cactus. I want to introduce you to Shroud Math.
Shroud Math.
You just got Shroud Math. Yeah.
Yes, and of course he shows some chat logs there that are pretty tough to see. Let's see if we can get them. Yeah, hard to actually read those in there. But I've never found obsidian armor to be something that anybody ever wears out in combat. Most people just wear it for the fact to show off and say that they spent the time to get it.
Go to the Obsidian Forge. So much for that idea that like that crafted gear was going to be the absolute best gear, and obsidian armor was designed for PvP.
Well, not if that's working like that, because that still means that the reflect chance. Now, what does reflect actually do in the game? I'm of the understanding that reflect actually, the way Chris explained it was it reflected so much and then added some healing to you. Is that correct?
Well, reflect would be you take the damage and it gives a portion of that to the other person.
Should do.
Yeah. But that's only damage. See, that's only damage that you actually take that should be reflected. But if he's taking 500 damage, he should be reflecting a percentage of that. So
he should be reflecting a fair portion of that. Absolutely.
And so I think this really is. I mean, it is listed as a bug report. It is definitely a Shroud math problem.
Shroud math, the root been of all problems. That's right. And of course, Tina says, fun to make, but useless. I would concur. Hence why I've never taken the time to collect all that, especially after what they did with the Obsidian chips way back. Ticked off a lot of people and put a lot of us, me, from speaking for myself here, off on actually going out to collect that when they made those changes. And again, I'm a light armor user. So really, aside from just showing it off, I have no reason to go get myself a set of obsidian plate. And truth be told, if I really wanted a set, I'd probably be more willing to pay for it than to go spend the time down at the forge crafting it. Of course, there are bragging rights for saying you crafted your own obsidian armor if you're one of those types of people, but most of the time, let's see here. Let me just.
You did something weird?
I'm just looking to see if any of the armor, most everything I'm wearing is game made, so it's hard to see. Let me switch into something that's got player crafted. Yeah, so I guess when you mouse over me in this, you'll be able to see who created the actual equipment that I'm wearing. So.
Yep.
But that's about the only thing that you're going to see is just to have bragging rights for being able to make your own armor. So I don't suggest obsidian armor for combat, at least especially not
for
PvE
anything.
Combat. But yes, hang it on your wall, put it on a mannequin, and go for light armor, dude. Oh no, this guy is actually a tank. So go for some better armor. Just not obsidian. Obsidian is not something again that I would suggest anybody wear in
combat. He needs to go for the Valorite armor.
The Valorite armor. I prefer the Empyrean armor, but
that wasn't a thing when I was playing UO.
It was. You just probably didn't have it. It was it looked like the shiny blue orbs that we have in front of us. It looked like this icy pool.
I don't think that was on the official.
Oh well.
Yeah, that's not official armor.
I know it was a color.
Well, I think that was Valorite. That was that bluish color.
Valorite I thought was more a darker hue, but anyway.
Well, it's a little bit darker, but yeah. It was that nice blue color.
Yes, it was. Which one you saying, Mom? The Empyrean?
Well, Mom could speak if she wanted to.
The pretty ice blue. Yeah, it took forever to make your set. Absolutely, for the Empyrean. Absolutely.
Valorite. There was no Empyrean when I left.
Oh,
see, Valorite. But yeah, we definitely need a. Yeah. Was Laz too cheap to play the official UO server?
Laz was too broke to pay for the official UO server, and yes, I am one of them people that I will not pay a subscription to play a game. Now, while I do have a subscription to this game, it is not so I can play the game; it's so I can get the goodies. Back in the day, until UO made their game free, you had to pay for access. Same thing.
UO is free now?
Yeah, it has been for a long time.
I didn't know that.
Has been for a long time. Now, of course, there are still monthly payments, and I think that's just to helps to keep your character What's the word I'm looking for? Up to date and alive. So if you don't log in, as long as you're on the subscription plan, your character doesn't get decayed. Is the word I'm looking for, I guess. Is anybody playing and paying? I know several people who I could ask, and I'll have to go ask those people for information on that. But yeah, I got away from that, started playing on free shards, and then eventually wound up running my own shard after some time, and did that for quite a few years. And again, once you've done that, run your own game and ran the mechanics and had people doing that stuff, again, I had people who would do most of the coding, because while I can edit and read and make some changes, writing code is not my forte, and I've never claimed to be a coder because semicolons. Semicolons, that's right.
It's all about the colon.
Me and my Commodore VIC-20 down at the basement, spending a weekend copying code out of PC Gamer magazine, only to find out you missed a semicolon or placed a colon where a semicolon should have been, and yeah,
it doesn't work. Yeah,
it doesn't work. Yeah. Then you spend another week trying to find out, reading the code and trying to match it up. Yeah, no. That's when I said screw that noise. But then when I became a GM of my own game, of course, you have no choice but to delve into the code and play with it. And of course, at that point, I learned how I could manipulate the code, change the code, and all that stuff. Understood how it worked, but still, just never got the taste of wanting to write my own code. So I would have guys from the community come, and I'd have them be my scripters, and they would do the scripting, and I would make edits as needed for what I wanted, and it was pretty cool stuff. Still have the shard floating around in the archives. Someday I may just throw it up on a server someplace just for shits and giggles, because we had a pretty cool server. Had all sorts, had 6 different religions, had additional magics, all sorts of fun stuff.
You mean you actually had variety?
Yes, we had all sorts of stuff that wasn't initially included into the game, but the religions were cool. We had true tree huggers.
Tina wants everybody that he did some programming in collage, didn't realize that he hates writing code.
Absolutely.
Collage.
He
took all the pictures and put them together.
He found that was a lot easier than coding.
Absolutely. Well, like I said, my first job was programming COBOL, and it bored me to death. Yeah, I stopped doing that a long time ago. Yeah, so, but yeah, I mean, Chris has done a ton of Shroud math fixes. He's going to have a whole lot more coming up, but I think that all of the Shroud math fixes should actually point out the fact that there's something that's otherwise much more important that he should be looking at for why is the Shroud math so bad?
Well, maybe not so bad as backwards.
Overly complicated?
Shouldn't resist come in before reflect, or should reflect come in before resist? That's a question for the ages. Who's to say which one takes precedent over the other?
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I'm still waiting for some diversity in the mob AI from tier 1 all the way to tier 57.
Tier 69.
Oh, but I only want it to stop at tier 57 before it gets to 69. At tier 69, I want the mobs to just stand there and not fight back, or lay down so I can lay on top of them.
There you go.
But yes, Dude Gregor has another request for some POT stuff.
Yes, and I'm surprised that we do not actually have this yet.
And please add the Japanese Torii to pot decorations. The villagers in my Ardora-style town located in Dara Bray are requesting the Japanese torii you have in Solania, water by the love statue, and Landgate style, where you van walk under a path, and to be added for placement in POTs. They also want Zen gardens, but let's start out with baby steps. So that would be 1 torii, 2 torii, 3 torii, 4.
4.
And then you do have, just as a general note, white tories indicate location of the correct path, and red tories indicate boundary, gateway into a higher instance. That's why you never go past the last red torii in the deepest part of that temple. You can easily get lost there. Although I'm extremely confused. If you look at that screenshot of the 4, it's red and then red.
Yeah, that's that's what I was looking at. Did anybody do their research when they put this in here? Is just a do not pass?
Yeah. Or is he talking about the pedestals at the bottom? Because those are white. I don't.
Yeah, I don't think so, because the ones that are in the water, you can't tell. So
yeah, I don't know. And then Duke Gregor is like, we need a red torii to be outside of the shrine we are making, so red would fit. And thank you for the great information. But yes, variety of all the assets that are in the game should be assets that are placeable and manipulatable, whatever.
just got to go look at Justin's little book of big wishes,
Volume 17.
Volume 25, whatever it is, because she's got all sorts of deco items that appear in the game that just have not become deco at this
She
point.
has spreadsheets. She has spreadsheets too with the actual names in the game. And we do know that Elgarian is like checking boxes for make deco. According to you. From
according to
one
me.
of his streams. Yes. Because I did not watch that stream.
Yeah, no, this is going back some time. Let me pull this up. I'm looking for something here.
Oh, what are you looking for?
As soon as I find it, I'll know. Looking for something I had up earlier and I dismissed, but this might be a little relevant. So let me just see if this is. Oh, yes, here it is. This is the one. I copy this for you.
Oh. Am I going to enjoy it?
Well, stuff to talk about along its wish list items.
Oh.
And Shadow Vice went ahead and just updated this a little bit. It's an older thread, but he keeps it updated, and this was just updated yesterday. But let's start it from the top. Yeah.
Deco stuff with stuffies, because stuffies are now in. The cast iron cooking set, because what kind of humble cook? What, I'm on page 1.
Yeah, well, you just, you didn't start off the top, so I was just wondering what the heck he was reading already.
I skipped the line said I woke up in the middle of the night and I forgot them by the morning. So maybe this will clear my brain for a bit.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Aldo. 100 bits.
100 bits. The cast iron cooking set, because what kind of cook really uses that crap that's out there? Use that cast iron stuff. And remember, don't wash it. Or don't leave it sitting in the sink for a month. Poker tables, blackjack chips, whatever.
Been asked for a long time.
Bar stools, because we have no bar stools.
Here we do.
They're very, very short. bar stools.
No, there's several different variants of stools. Hold on, let me open my book. Book, carpentry, weapons, components.
Well, maybe he wants a tall bar stool. Here, let me sort my.
I believe, hold on, let's go next door. I believe I've got some bar stools sitting right in the inn. Do I not? Or do I have regular chairs in there? I'll have to go look here, so hang on.
I'm overweight.
Nope, I have regular chairs here.
No bar stools. No bar stools. We need bar stools. What kind of bar has chairs in it? Then after that, we have that request for ghost pets and ghost spawners and ghost options. I thought that was added.
Well, that's why he put a strike through there. Somebody told him that the NPC ghost conversationalist was
other swarms like pigeons and owls, because we just want to cover the world in shit. Oh, hawk.
Oh yeah, hold on. Yeah.
Spawners.
Hang on, let me place this down.
And if you do have a pigeon spawner, it had better like just drop white stuff all over the place. What am I looking for?
Look on the lot.
Where am I looking?
Right above your head, right? Just you don't see them flittering around the whole lot. Blackbirds all over the lot now.
Yeah, I see them.
Yeah, so it'd be nice to have pigeons, owls,
pigeons, yeah, a
variety
of birds.
Yeah,
and ooh, that's bad. One of those textures just like becomes, as it rotates it around, it just becomes a line. But then after that, banners of the various other factions in the game, such as Elven or the Obsidian Eye. We also need, can I plant dead roses or flowers because I have a black thumb?
Yeah, dead bushes to make my town a little creepier would be nice.
Yes. The Yule symbols usable on chess, and the most important ever, a jackalope, because who doesn't like a bunny without ears?
That's right. An equal pet to take on the evil arch Lupin.
Lupin, yes. Items like the sticky boots, which is a rare wearable boot that prevents one from sliding down a steep hill. Stackable, which would be the anti-gust boots.
Crossfire Bug's Eye, I believe that's coming up next release.
Yeah, baby dragons, I believe, flying around are coming soon. Stackable blank sheets of paper and bulletin board flyers.
Long overdue.
Yes.
Especially for blank. If they're written on, I can understand why you wouldn't want them stacked. But if they're all blanks, and it really, it's one of them things that we checked early on. We haven't revisited. But if you go around to the bookseller right here in Owl's Head, he's got a stack of 100 blank sheets of paper in a stack. But when you put it in your bag, all of a sudden they expand to 100 separate pieces of paper, which, why? Yeah, I don't know.
Then after that, the concussive pun attack. We are going to break you down with bad puns. and the bad guys, orcs, shouldn't they be around somewhere? Or lizard men? I mean, swamps and stuff. What about an Etten? 2 heads.
Yeah, headless. Snakes.
The headless.
Giant rats.
Mongbats.
That's I think that was their imp was the answer to Mongbat. Personally, that's my thoughts.
Yeah, need more of them. The swoon.
Soon.
Then after that, we do need the food stuff. We need some chocolate.
Chocolate.
Chocolate. And lattes.
Why don't we have that? That's right.
I don't know, man.
Don't we have
It just
chocolate
comes
chip
from.
cookies in game? No, nothing.
Do
Huh?
we have vanilla beans as well?
I thought there was vanilla. I thought
Can
it
you
was
grow
just.
it?
I thought it was just a really weird, odd drop for a while. I don't know if that's
We,
even still around.
we need some tea as well. And all
Coffee before.
growable.
Well, we have the tea sets, as I showed the other day, that you can buy the tea sets and the tea bundles. But
We
it would
need a
be nice to.
good chai.
Yeah, it would be nice to be able to brew your own tea. And tea should be a drinkable buff.
You do
Same
have to
thing with
raise your pinky while you're
coffee.
drinking.
Coffee before chocolate, says Sean Butts. Because something else that's been asked for a long time is beverages, but especially coffee for all those gamers out there, because I know like 90% of you live off of coffee and cigarettes. That's right.
Jolt Cola.
Jolt Cola, Mountain Dew, and other.
All
like,
the sugar and twice the caffeine. Then after that, we do need if the party is on the same quest, everyone gets the required item.
No.
Ooh.
Now,
What? Why not?
several people have chimed in saying yes, they like this. Well, why not? Well, okay, let's say you just spent the last 3 hours going around doing all the questy, and I join your party at the last minute to the final part of the quest, and I'm going to get the item without doing the work. I mean, yeah.
If you're on the quest,
meaning if you've already been doing that part and you're out with the party.
If you're at the same level of the quest, then yes.
Well, okay.
I mean, think of like you're going out doing the fire elemental quest, right? So you're going out to go kill the fire elemental to get that essence that it requires, or the phoenix. You've got 5 or 6 people that need the phoenix feather or whatever the fire elemental drops. That means that you have to kill it, 1 per individual. Why not just drop it for everybody that's on that quest? Yeah.
Why?
Why should a team have to kill the phoenix 16 times to fulfill a group need?
Because
I agree with you, Bridge.
The quest is not a group quest. The quest is an individual quest. Now, let me put it to you this way: when you're out there doing that quest, the item that drops that you need.
Wait. Hey, Laz. Yeah. If that's the case, then it should be easily soloable.
Well, that's a whole other soapbox for tomorrow.
Well, so if you're at the appropriate level to do that quest, is it easily soloable?
Oh, it's impossible to do solo, as far as I'm concerned.
At that level.
Yeah. As even at my level now, I don't think I could handle the Phoenix solo. I haven't tried in a long time, so I may be mistaken on that, but I don't think I can handle the Phoenix solo.
Right, better.
Yeah, well,
NPC option.
I haven't tried with the Nightmare. Again, I haven't tried in a long time because once I got it. But again, when you go out there, the item that drops again. So you're saying that making it variable. So if there's 4 people in the party, it'll drop 4 of them. I'm a merchant. That's your answer, Buzzkill. I'm a merchant. I'm a news guy.
Laz just wants to loot it all. NPC options, a vendor pattern for a different cash register, such as a lockbox or cauldron, 4 or less financial fortune merchants out there. You know what? I hate the cash register as a vendor. I really do.
You know, I'm actually been thinking about that, and only because I have vendors in places that don't always sell stuff every week. And then when I finally get around to them, I've noticed they've been sitting for, a week or two because, again,
Yeah.
I've got vendors all over the
Cash
world.
register never sits.
So, I've actually been thinking about making the investment into cash registers. Now, I recently got a notification from a town owner who wants a second vendor put out on my lot because that's his new requirement, regardless of whether I have anything to sell on it. So I put a protester out there, just in protest, and I was just going to make it a cash register just to be really more. But I thought naming my NPC that I had to waste 20K on to fulfill this requirement to keep my spot in said town, sucks. I don't have anything more to sell. My vendor is not full, so why are you wanting me to put another vendor just to keep my slot? Well, I said it, and here it is.
Yeah. Conversations.
No, see, I don't see the need for more than one vendor on a row lot. I'm sorry, I do not. I don't see any need for more than one vendor on a fucking row lot. Pardon me. I don't see more than one vendor on a village lot for the most part. If you notice behind me, I've got one vendor. Jack's got two vendors here, but technical difficulties is always sitting over there doing nothing. That's just there for decoration purposes.
Technical difficulties does have some things for sale.
Yes, but yeah. When was the last time anybody bought anything off technical?
Yeah. No one buys anything off technical difficulties.
Well, see, that's what pissed me off is I had a conversationalist out there. So I had my slots and I had to pull my fucking conversationalist to fulfill this town owner's needs. And, so, yeah. So I went at and I did it, because, I like the town, I like the slot, and I got a good spot for my vendor. It makes lots of sales for me, but I'm doing it under protest. So if you're watching out there and you know who you are, that's just what I've got to say about it. And if you don't like my vendor, please reach out to me.
That request for a conversationalist with vendor options. Imagine that.
Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah.
No one's ever asked for that before.
That would serve all the purposes, then I could get away with that. But I'm a little miffed at the fact that there's a requirement because somebody wants to make their town look fuller. I don't know what the reasoning behind it is, but my vendor on the row lot is not full. It's got plenty of space to sell more stuff. So the need for me to put a second vendor is absolutely nil. The big donut, zero. Nix 9 nada zip 0 zilch. I don't fucking need it. So you made me waste 20K and I'm letting you know it. And again, it's not like I can't afford it. I've got millions in gold. It's not like I can't afford it, but just I'm protesting the fact that you're putting stupid rules on players because whatever it is that you think is going to make your town look better. You know what? It doesn't. It doesn't. Now that would be an interesting...
With that, you look at the time because realize that was a 10-minute rant on.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, we're not beholden to many people, especially these days.
I'm beholden to work.
Well, you are. I'm talking about sponsor-wise because you're tuned in to Lunch with Laz and Jack right here on NBNN.info, twitch.tv/Genesis. But don't forget to check out the BMC Guild's Town, Black Rock Cove, out in the Quell region. Of course, WRFB Radio Free Britannia, bringing you the latest news and entertainment. ShroudMusic.com for ABC file needs, and of course, ShroudMarketplace.com for all your virtual vendable goods here inside Shroud Avatar.
You need to go to ShroudMarketplace.com, click on that register button, then buy everything from over 200 different players registered as vendors. Each one of those vendors responsible for setting their own prices and maintaining their own inventory. So you get all kinds of great stuff. And if you want to sell your stuff at Shroud Marketplace, click on that vendor registration button.
1 billion adventure experience.
1 billion adventure XP.
with a
Yes,
B.
buy all the things, especially from me. Buy them all of it. But anything and everything, as long as it's not a bannable offense, can be bought or sold at Shroud Marketplace, from accounts to game gold, all the way to services like deco services, leveling services, anything and everything Shroud related.
That's right.
ShroudMarketplace.com.
Accounts, clothing, coinage, crafting, deco, housing, pets, rares, and services, all available on shroudmarketplace.com.
That's
Especially
right.
for those of you people who have more money than time.
I know. And you know what time it is, Laz?
I do. It's time to roll those wonderful credits out there and say thank you to Bodacious and Waldo for their donations today. And it's time for us to close up that giveaway and give away a mystery game key to some lucky winner out there today. Ready to click those buttons?
We are clicking on close giveaway and pick a wiener. And Dablosik is victorious.
I clicked
And
on pick a winner. There it is. Anotos. Congratulations.
Dablosik is going to be fulfilling his childhood dreams as a master spy deluxe edition.
That's right. And Buzzkill, as much as I would love to, we have this thing that we do live. It's called the radio show, and I got to keep it to the hour to format the radio. Otherwise, we'd run over, 20, 30 minutes at a time, but I got to keep the continuity of the radio going, unfortunately. And of course, that's just the way shit rolls. So we'll be back with more tomorrow, right here on NBNN. Meanwhile, let's tell him what he won. He's got himself a copy of The Keep. Anotos has got himself a copy of The Keep on Steam. And I'll get that out to you momentarily. But till tomorrow, I'm Laz.
I'm Jack.
And we are NBNN. Have a great day, everybody. And we'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye-bye, everybody. Clear.